Alright, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome. How's everybody doing today? Start of a new week. Today is a holiday in the United States of America, if you're not aware. I am Darkside Phil, and today is Monday, May 29th, 2017, also known as Memorial Day here in the United States of America. If you don't live in the United States, you might have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. You know what? I wouldn't even blame you in that regard. Because the bottom line is that a lot of Americans don't really observe the meaning behind the holiday. Much like many of these holidays over the years, they lose their meaning. They become more commercial. They become more of a day when people see it as either like just a day off from school or work, or they take it as a way to turn it into something else that it's not. So for those who don't know, Memorial Day in the United States is a day when we take time out to honor those who have served in our military, our armed forces, and lost their lives. They paid the ultimate price to provide freedom for us. Okay, you know, a lot of people take a lot of stuff for granted, that's for sure. They don't realize that even though the United States currently is in a political climate that's crazy and controversial, and a lot of people are so upset about this or that, or, you know, presidency's going this way, the government's going that way, there are a lot of personal freedoms and things that we take for granted all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely enjoy the fact that I live in a country where at every waking moment I don't have to worry about someone storming into my house and executing me and kidnapping my children and recruiting them to some kind of military force. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. We have personal wealth. We don't have a commonized wealth system. There's a lot of things that are nice about the United States that a lot of people take for granted. And a lot of that is due to the fact that we have an armed forces of people who, you know, sacrifice a ton. And today we honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Okay? It's funny because a lot of Americans have turned today into a day where it's about going out and having a barbecue or going to the beach, or, you know, it's the day off where you just sit around drinking beers, watching TV, and they don't even actually take the moment out to even think about those who've given their lives for their ability to be able to do that today, you know. So anyway, before we get started with today's festivities here on stream, I would like to just take a moment to you know, reflect and say thank you to anyone who has in the United States given their life to the armed forces. It is much appreciated, and you know, it should be called out today of all days. It is the national day for it. All right, so now that that is over with, let's talk about everything going on today in regards to, you know, myself and the streaming and everything. So folks, today is Persona 5 returning for 4 hours of gameplay here on the stream, and later tonight, I will not be streaming a second stream, alright? I will instead be working on the editing of videos for KO Gaming. I have 3 different fan submissions now, which I need to work on, edit, and release, and I just simply put have not had a chance to work on these recently. In fact, 2 of the videos are so long that they're going to take like an hour or more to edit just to encode them. So I definitely needed the time to mess around with that and to, you know, to work with it. And tonight will be the night when I will hopefully be able to do that, all right? So, today's Persona 5, ladies and gentlemen, as I said on social media, as I said in the weekend preview, and as I said everywhere, where people are getting this weird impression that I'm playing Friday the 13th today, I have no idea. I guess people just don't listen. I don't really know what else to say about that. I've been saying I'm fed up with Friday the 13th. The game did not work all weekend when I wanted to play it. I already blew 2 main streams trying to get this fucking game to work. And I already explained that, yes, I would consider re-examining Friday the 13th later in the week, but it would not be today, because I wanted to actually have a solid stream of stuff that would work today. Okay? And no, I do not believe that there was a miracle overnight that would magically make the game work. They claim that they worked on it and it works. And immediately as they posted that up on their Facebook page, several dozen people posted up the fact that they still can't play the game. Same error still happening. So I don't care. It's not worth the time or the effort or the money right now to play this game. It's just not. Later this week, once I'm through a few solid days of streaming that actually fucking work, I may come back to it, alright? But I'm not going to waste my time with this game moving forward. I'm seriously not. I'm just not. I'm tired of it. I would much rather play a game that I know is going to work, that I know I'm going to have a solid stream with no issues, and not be all frustrated today on the stream of stuff still not working, okay? So that's the bottom line, is it's not worth the time or effort. I will try it later this week. Now, I want to explain, because I already explained, but I'll explain again. That does not mean that tomorrow I'm trying Friday the 13th either. I've already explained tomorrow is a new release day, double new release day, with Star Trek Bridge Crew for the PSVR, and then The Walking Dead Season 3 final episode. Alright? So there you go. That is the deal, folks. That is what's going on. Today, it's Persona for 4 hours, and then working on those KO Gaming videos at night. Tomorrow, it will be Star Trek Bridge Crew and The Walking Dead. Maybe on Wednesday. Alright? Maybe on Wednesday, I'll consider coming back and trying Friday the 13th again. I have no problem, later in the week, once I'm done with all the stuff that I want to do trying the game again, but I'm certainly not going to waste my time now on a broken piece of crap. I'm just not. I'm done with it. So you get to the point where the frustration builds up so much you've had enough, and we're certainly at that point right now, okay? Well, once again, Mort has given me a $2 tip and then left a troll message, so I'm not going to read it. I don't know why this guy... I mean, I appreciate the guy. He constantly is giving these $2 tips. And they are appreciated because they are helping, but why he thinks I'm going to read his troll messages, he still doesn't get the point, I guess. He still hasn't figured it out that I'm not reading them. I don't get it. Some people just don't learn, I guess. I don't know what to say. But anyway, alright. Now, also, folks, today, as I am streaming Persona 5, there will also be a batch of Injustice videos going live on DSPGaming. It is the first half of my final online set of matches. This, by far, was my best set of matches in Injustice 2. Okay? This was me, basically... The epitome of all the gameplay I had done over the course of 2 weeks of Injustice 2, it all kind of came to a head in this set of gameplay. As I played against viewers who came into my online lobby, a lot of good Aquaman stuff, Darkseid, Batman in particular. I played really well with Batman during this set. So the first half of those are coming out today, and then the second half more than likely will either be tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see. I don't want to do too many videos on a channel a day, and I do know that tomorrow I'm going to be uploading both Star Trek and The Walking Dead, so maybe I'll wait until Wednesday for the second batch to upload or whatever. But yeah, that's the deal, is that there will be some more Injustice videos on DSP Gaming this week, and they actually are the best multiplayer videos that I've made for the game. So lots of variety on DSP Gaming this week, alright? Now, much later this week, on Friday, there will be Tekken 7. Looking forward to it. Hope the game is good. Hope the game works at launch. Haven't played a Tekken game in quite a long time now. And we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. And, we'll see later in the week if it's any good. I hope it is. I mean, considering the game's been out for 2 years in arcade, you would think the game's good by now. You would actually think that maybe they patched it and the console version will be better. I don't know. Let's see, today is the final day of the heat wave here in Washington State. For the past 3 days, we have had a lot of heat here. It's been in the 70, excuse me, boy did I misspeak. It's been in the 80s, the mid to high 80-degree Fahrenheit temperatures here in Washington State, which means that my office has been even hotter than that by about 10 to 15 degrees. So my air conditioner's been pumping constantly. You can still hear it. I'm sure you can hear the atmospheric noise here on the mic. Typically it doesn't get this hot in Washington, but it just has been. So I have to have the air conditioner pumping to keep the house cool. Starting tomorrow, it's supposed to finally break. We're supposed to get some rain that's going to, lower the temperatures. And then the rest of this week is supposed to be back to cooler temperatures. So that's good. It means that I can stop pumping the heat here. Or I'll pump in the air conditioner. I can turn it down a bit. And you probably won't hear it as much anymore. But it is what it is for now. Another day we'll get through it and then back to normal. Thank God that I have the air conditioner. Because if I didn't, this house would be like a clay oven baking. I don't have central air. They don't have central air in Washington State. Because typically it's not this hot. This is the abnormality when it actually reaches these temperatures. Typically the hottest it'll get is like in the 70s. So... So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I think tomorrow we should be back to not needing blasting air conditioner. Which would also be good because if I am going to play Star Trek VR, chances are that I'm going to have to maybe, make a little bit of extra space and be I've heard I think you have to be standing up to play it. Which is fine. I can rearrange my office to get it to work. But it'll be frustrating if I go to play it and I got the air conditioner like blasting on my ball sack. Freezing my ass off, So, yes, tomorrow should be fun, to say the least. Alright, so outside of all that, I don't really have much else to discuss this morning. Everything, I should say this. Everyone should watch the weekend preview this week. I know a lot of people skip it, because I got my schedule on Twitter, and I do these pre-streams, and I discuss all of my stuff here, too. You should definitely watch the weekend preview this week, because I discuss in detail the fact that really at this point I'm not going to read YouTube comments anymore. There's no point in doing so. There's no point in wasting my time when the vast majority of YouTube comments that I get at this day and age are negative as hell. They're not productive. They're not constructive. It's just a bunch of dumb kids who are trying to get themselves noticed in negative videos. People who, make videos of montages of gameplay with negative comments, and then they try to fucking, make it look like there's tons of people attacking me, which, honestly, there are now, because that's it, they're all trying to get attention. They purposely say ridiculously negative things, or just things that are crazy out of nowhere, insulting, in order to get a shout-out in a fucking negative video. And I can't control it. I'm sorry, but I'm just one man. I certainly don't have time to sit here and micromanage the comments on every YouTube video. Years ago, I would try to clean up the comments, and I got nothing but negativity for, oh, Phil's a Nazi. Phil he's too controlling. He should just let the comments go. So I did, and now look what's happened. Now the comments are completely uncontrollable and become this real negative thing. So honestly, I just don't care about it anymore. I don't read them. I haven't read YouTube comments in a while. It's been, shit, the last time I read YouTube comments, months. It's very rare. Maybe every once in a while if I put out a game review on KO Gaming, I'll read the comments, or sometimes on the vlogging stuff, I'll read the comments, okay? But the bottom line is there's no real reason for me to bother with it anymore. There's so many other ways that people who are actually positive, people who are viewers who like my stuff, and actually want to either give feedback or talk to me about something. There's so many ways you could reach me on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. You could email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. You could talk in the stream chat here. You can post up on the forums. Alright? There's so many things you can do to contact me. Right? So there's no reason to have to use this uncontrollable, unmoddable system of filth. It really is. YouTube itself as a website has degraded into such a toxic fucking thing. It's pretty ridiculous. It really is. How that business has changed for the worse, and how they have made zero effort whatsoever in actually trying to make the site better, and instead are so worried about the stupidest shit that they've lost all their advertisers, and it's a joke. It really is a joke at this point. So there's absolutely no point in doing it, in reading the comments anymore on YouTube, alright? So that's the deal. I'm not reading YouTube comments anymore, folks. I'm just not. Now, if Well, I'm not if, but I basically asked in the weekend preview too, feedback. Do people think that even comments should even be left on? Because if I'm not going to be reading comments and people aren't going to be using comments for positive things, why should I even bother with it? Right? Why should I even bother? There's no point. There's no point in having YouTube comments if they're garbage, which they are. They're toxic garbage. So, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm certainly not making any decisions, but I don't even see the reason for YouTube comments to exist. I mean, let's face it. YouTube itself as a whole is on the way out. And it's their own fault. So, who knows what's going to happen with that, right? But we'll see. I mean, I'm certainly not giving up on YouTube. I think that the vlogging at least has a place on YouTube. The video reviews and archiving the videos, they all make sense. But that's what I think YouTube really is going to be now. It's going to be like an archive place while, as I've said many, many, many times, my main focus will be right here in the streaming, okay? So there you go. That's the deal. I'm probably not going to be reading YouTube comments anymore. If you want to contact me, there's many other ways you can do it. It's certainly not like I'm a guy that's hard to reach. Okay? I'm not. Phoenix Rising did a 10-bit cheer. No, Phoenix Rising. I'm not interested in Shadow Warrior, as I've probably said a bunch in the past couple of days. I just don't care about the series. I don't know anything about it, and I certainly have no plans on playing it anytime soon. So I appreciate you giving me the notification that there's some kind of a bundle or whatever, but I don't care. And shout out to Dark Viking 159 who did a 30-bit cheer. He says, Phil, I love your vids and streams. I saw what happened. Oh, he's talking about what happened the other day when I was playing Friday the 13th and some moron fucking just started saying stupid shit. I don't care. I don't care. These dumb, all they do is these dumb kids make themselves look so bad. I mean, did you hear the fucking kid? Kid had a higher pitched voice than me, trying to insult me, saying the same stupid shit, bringing up shit that's over a year ago. It's incorrect. The same nonsense, the same parroting sheepish bullshit, just proving that he has a fucking walnut in place of a brain. Someone who'll never be a productive member of society, and it is what it is. Nobody cares. All right, anything else? Just trying to think if there's anything else to address before we get started. Not really. I guess let's just talk very briefly about the plugs, and then we'll get started. Okay, everybody? Okay. So, folks, ladies and gents, many things quickly to talk about. First of all, Patreon. It's the 29th, right? So there are 2 days left in a month? 3 days left in a month? I guess you could technically say there's 2.5 days left in a month, right? And that means there's 2.5 days left for you to pledge to my Patreon for the month of May. Check it out at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. All right. And pledging to this Patreon not only obviously allows me to stay on the air and do these daily live streams, which I enjoy doing, but also putting out daily new videos on YouTube for you. And to continue to do this as, with a job that I absolutely love. Patreon has allowed me to improve over the past several years, including not only upgrading all of my equipment, but also to branch out and experience games that normally I wouldn't even know exist. It's allowed me to do several different events, marathons, right? Think of it, Patron's Choice playthroughs, like the Persona games in particular, which is the reason why I'm playing Persona 5 right now, was because of a Patreon, right? Different indie games that I got exposed to that normally I would have never seen before. So many positives have come about Patreon, right? So, please consider pledging if you haven't. Not only do you earn personal perks for your pledges, such as text or verbal thank yous in my videos, shout outs, getting your questions answered on Ask the King, my bi-monthly Q&A show, getting premium forum access and a custom forum title, and the ability to participate in monthly events, Also, you can get a private Q&A video made. There's lots of stuff, absolutely lots of stuff that you can get as a result of Patreon, all right? Now, in addition, this month's monthly goal is the return of the Indies Marathon, where if you pledge $5 or more in the next 2.5 days to my Patreon, you'll be able to nominate and vote on games for an upcoming Indies Marathon that will take place in probably more than likely July. Let's be honest here. It's probably going to take the month of June to nominate and vote on these games, and it'll probably be July when this event takes place, okay? So, it's pretty awesome. These indie marathons, I've done them many times before. They've always been a good time. Exposed me to a ton of different kind of games and stuff that I've missed out on. In particular, there's always a few indie games going under the radar for me that I don't get to play, and this is the opportunity for maybe me to check out something that I might have missed. Okay? So, yes, please consider pledging the next 2.5 days. I'll be honest, right now we're close to the edge of qualifying. Right now, it's very much uncertain whether or not we will hit the goal this month. Last month, we only hit the goal by $18. This month, we're right there on the precipice again. Typically, we get a group of people who always kind of get declined when it comes to their pledges. And right now, we're in a situation where if a bunch of people get declined, we're not going to hit the monthly goal. So please, do not take it for granted. A lot of people do. Because a lot of people think, oh, Phil hits the goal every month. He's not going to need the support or whatever. He's fine. He's doing good. You know, his Twitch is doing good and everything. He doesn't need the help. He's going to do it. No, we're at the point where, you know, we're very much on the precipice of not hitting the monthly goal. And that would be very bad because not only do I depend on this Patreon support to keep this going, but I want to do the monthly goals. I love doing them, but I have to stick to my guns. And if we don't hit the monthly goal, I have to say, no, I'm not going to do it because it's supposed to be a motivational tool to get people to pledge. You know what I mean? So, please consider pledging if you haven't. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. I'll also give a quick plug to my Teespring shop where you can get nice custom-made t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, a variety of designs on my Teespring shop. In particular, my favorite design, I'd say, is still probably the skull design. But there's many other good ones on there, too. I wear these shirts in my videos from time to time. I use the mug every single day here on camera. Great quality stuff. And I will give a shout out because actually someone bought a shirt yesterday, I believe. Actually, I think it was a hoodie. And I will say this, if you do purchase a piece of, you know, merchandise from my shop, feel free once you receive it to take a picture and send me the picture on social media. You know, in particular Twitter. I will definitely, you know, retweet that out there to get you a little bit of attention and to show everyone exactly how good the product is because I really do stand by the quality. I have 2 shirts and I love them. Okay? So, yes. Please consider checking out some kind of merch on my store of Teespring. FYI, it does significantly help me. It actually is a, you know, a good amount of profit on the sales there, and they do help me out, all right? And then last but not least, ladies and gents, last but not least, right here on Twitch today, as I'm live streaming, you have 3 different methods by which you can support the ongoing streams. The first would be to cheer with bits, the second would be to sub to the channel, and the third would be to tip me. Cheering with bits, I believe if you cheer 50 bits or more, you'll actually get an on-screen notification pop-up. That's a thank you message. If you sub to the channel, you'll have the option of sharing that information, and if you click on that share, then you'll get an on-screen notification, okay? And if you tip me $2 or more, if you're wondering how that works, if you check below the stream here on my Twitch page, there is a section there that says tips, and if you do a $2 or more tip, you have the option to either be anonymous or you can actually leave a name and a message. You'll get an on-screen notification for that as well, to which I will give you a shout out live on the stream. Now, it's not like I'm not going to give you a shout out either. If you take a look here, Dark Viking 159 also just did a 20-bit cheer and said, have you ever thought of using the sound notification for cheers so you know when you got to cheer when you're playing? 2 things. Number 1, No, because I wouldn't hear it. Unlike 99% of other people who stream on Twitch and do this on-screen notification stuff, I'm not sitting at a PC. I know a lot of other Twitch streamers, the way they do it is they sit at a PC, they're at a desk, and they're in a computer chair, and they've got headphones on, and they're hearing all the sounds that are coming through their PC, so they'd hear this audio notification. That's not how I do things. I do things in a method that I try to isolate myself as if I'm playing a game like normal. All right? Like a normal guy just sitting in his room playing a game. I'm on a love seat, and the audio that I use is the audio coming out of my console, not out of my PC. Okay? So even if I had these audio cues for him, I wouldn't hear them. That's number one. I just wouldn't hear them. Number two, I do think that having noises would be too distracting. You know, it's one thing, you get a little pop-up notification, it appears in the corner of the screen. I always try to position it so that it's not really interfering with anything important for what game I'm playing, which is, as you noticed, since I started my new streaming methods, right, the new way that I do it, I constantly am adjusting where the pop-up messages appear, dependent on the game, trying to make it as less intrusive as possible, all right? If I had a noise now, every time that it happened, you know what would happen. You'd have people spamming on purpose just to have it be distracting, and it would definitely take away, in particular, games where you need concentration. You know, it would be so freaking distracting, in my opinion anyway. You know, I'm sure there's some people who figured it out and maybe have a good balance of a way to do it. But for me, I don't like that idea, and I want, primarily, yes, coming to my streams, a lot of it is about interacting with me. I understand that, but I also want it to be about the game. I don't ever want it to be that I did a stream today and the stream was completely worthless in regards of any kind of game progression or any kind of, gameplay, because all it was me dicking around with noises and pop-ups and everything just to make fundraising. Yes, the streams in a lot of ways have become more interactive because I want to make Twitch my focus, and I would love to have this be the majority of what I am able to run the business on, but I don't want it to become a fundraiser stream. You know what I mean? Where the vast majority of time spent is just sitting here, noises, pop-ups, and everything. I want there to be valid and legitimate gameplay that's entertaining as well. Keep in mind, as I said, I am recording for YouTube. There's a big group of people who watch these videos on YouTube who don't give a shit about the stream interactivity. It's just the truth. In particular, this month, the month of May, I saw a huge spike in my YouTube views, primarily because of Prey, and then because of Injustice 2. So it's just proving there is still a YouTube audience for my videos. Absolutely there is. And I don't want to completely isolate that audience and make them feel like they're missed out on the thing that was interesting because they weren't there live. You know what I mean? So, there you have it, folks. That's the deal. No, I would not use the audio notifications at this time. Now, listen, things change, and I hate that people, some people, some closed-minded people, these are the people who I described them yesterday as concrete brains, okay? Unlike all of us normal humans who our brains are like sponges and we absorb information and we learn and we know that things can change over time and adapt and become, a different situation. We get it. We're intelligent. There's some people who have concrete brains, and they think that everything is black and white, and therefore, because today I said I'm not doing something, that means that in the future, if anything were to change, that I'm a hypocrite, right? Not that things change or things adapt, There was a time when I said I would never use direct capture. There was a time when I said I wouldn't live stream. There was a time when I said I wouldn't do on-screen notifications and shout-out thank yous. But times change, because intelligent humans know that, mature humans can figure that out, concrete-headed brains can't figure that shit out. They actually think that there's like right and wrong, black and white. There's no shades of gray. Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever adapts. Then, by the way, these are the same people who will complain if they think something's right and that you don't do it right away. They'll be the first ones to complain and say that you don't listen to criticism. So, as of today, no, I'm not doing the audio notifications. There you go. Alright, so anyway, everybody, please consider cheering subbing, and or tipping during the stream. All of that supports the ongoing broadcasts daily and my daily YouTube videos, and allows me to keep doing it. All right? And I'm very appreciative because in the past few months, you guys and gals have been incredibly supportive here on Twitch. And as I said, the month of May has been really good on YouTube as well for views and everything. So it's been a great month, in my opinion, even though the first week of May was terrible because of all the issues I was having, juggling around, trying to find the right partnership network and everything on YouTube. And then I was with my personal AdSense and all that kind of messed everything up for a week or so there. The rest of the month has been outstanding. And I'm feeling positive. I'm happy. I love coming here, doing this every day as a job. And I cannot wait to continue to do this. All right? Thank you, folks. All right, everybody. That is it. Oh, hold on. King of Hypocrisy has done a sarcastic cheer that I will address. He's done a 10-bit sarcastic cheer. He says, Phil, why do you refer to other people as humans? Are you a space alien wearing human skin like that guy in Men in Black? Yes. I don't know why you guys didn't know that. But yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. I am a space alien. I didn't know how you... I've only said a million times that this is the case, all right? And by the way, I'm accidentally banning a bunch of people. I'm trying to move my stream chat yet again, and I just banned a bunch of people. So apologies if I could fix this, but I can't because the fucking people keep typing, and I can't unban the people who I accidentally banned. Hold on a second here, everybody. I accidentally banned PC Game Hunter and Bufubai, so I'm going to unban them now. Unban PC Game Hunter. There we go. Okay, I unbanned both of you guys. It was a mistake. This is the problem with Stream Chat. This is why I hate it. I hate Twitch Stream Chat. It's great because it has all these fun emotes. But it's also one of the worst designed Stream Chats I've ever seen in my life. I'm just trying to move the chat, and because I'm finalizing here to start gaming. And it's delayed because my laptop sucks. And, you clicked on a name. You clicked on these stupid, there's this little mark next to everyone's name that if I accidentally click on it, it bans them from the fucking room. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And just because people keep typing, all of a sudden everyone's names keep scrolling too. So that's the other thing. Maybe there actually is someone in the stream chat that says something nasty or whatever, and you 9 times out of 10 when I try to ban someone from this chat, it fucking misses and it clicks on the wrong person. It really is a terrible situation. Or a terrible, not situation, but a terrible system. The old IRC chat that I used when I was streaming on YouTube is so much better, but because it's not pretty and it doesn't have all the emotes, people don't understand why it's better. So, anyway, I guess that's it. We can start now, folks. Let us begin with Persona 5. 4 hours of Persona 5. I don't even remember where we are. Didn't we? The last time I played, didn't the dungeon open up? I think that's what happened, right? Right? Isn't that what happened? Yeah, I think I just opened up the dungeon, but I hadn't done anything after that. I think I just done it and that was it. And people were like, I believe people were instructing me that I should do the dungeon sooner rather than later. So maybe that'll be the focus of today's stream, will be the dungeon. I'm not sure. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking a bunch of drink. I just finished my V8 drink. So, alright, that is it, folks. Let us begin. Thank you for being patient, and let's get the show on the road.